If anybody gets in here, go ahead and give me a chat or something so I'll know. Right now, I don't have a way of knowing how many people are online watching live right now. So the only way I can tell when someone's here is through the chat. But I'm in the process of throwing it out on Twitter that we're live, fixing to start this break. And it's not giving me the option to tag double M for some reason. There it is. Stop right there so I can get going. Yeah, so you guys let me know when you're in here so I can. I want to start this up unless there's folks in here, but I mean, I'm going to start it. I'll have to regardless, but. Oh man, you know what? Hold on. Whoops. Hey Phil, all right, so you're able to find it? I was fixing to close this out because I was worried that I set it to private again, like I did that one time where I did that and couldn't figure out forever why it wasn't streaming. But if you were able to jump on here, then it's definitely not set to private. How many do you see, Phil, that's currently online? Okay, just you. Yeah, I did this a little earlier than I normally do. I may be better to go back to doing it 8 o'clock or so. Plus, I think people are normally used to me running behind. And today I was actually starting the stream right at 7. And I'm looking at it right now just to make sure. Yeah, I got 7 on here. Okay. I was just making sure I had the right time. And hey, Jacob. All right, good deal. So I got my camera all set up in a wonky spot, so hopefully I don't ram into it and mess up my angles and stuff like that. But we'll get started. One thing you'll notice this week, whenever you get when this stack ships, you'll get an extra pack of cards like I used to do. I'm going to start that back up. And especially on nights like this where I don't have a giveaway prepared and I don't have that, I can't get that wheel spin. I've been trying throughout the day to, this is a different laptop, so, and it won't accept it. And that other one was, was real laggy and slow and created issues on the stream, so I'd rather have this one going, but I'll try to get that resolved. We're going to start with the small blaster, and then we'll move over to the Mega. And can y'all see the teams really well on the side there? Hopefully you can. I tried to put some like colors in there to block off different names so it'd make it easier to look at maybe. Hopefully that helps. And hopefully I didn't color like 2 different people the same back to back where it makes it look like one person. Hey Jacob, how's it going, man? But I'm gonna this is interesting. So are you guys ready for the season to start up? Hey, Double M. I know I am. I'm more than ready. I saw that news on Noel V. Marte. Hopefully that's just a one-time done type of deal where he learns his lesson at a young age. And because I mean, I've seen players before that kind of stuff happens to, and they bounce back and do fine, and it doesn't really hurt their value as a player with other teams, or their value as a player as a here we go. I'm just going to have my arms in the way for a little bit. Man, I do not like this camera angle at all. Okay. So we have Daniel Susac for Oakland. There's Grayson Rodriguez with Baltimore. Hack Wilson for Chicago. Tyler Soderstrom for the A's. Then a Mason Wynn in the blue for Cardinals. That's a good looking card. And that 3-hole for Oakland is a refractor as well. I don't know if it'll really pick it up that well, the light kind of, but it is a refractor. So I'll set these two to the side to get sleeved shortly. Yes, it was. I don't have any interest of him. Like, I don't have any, I don't really have a PC of him yet. I've got maybe a few of his cards, not a lot. Probably a lot of base. I mean, just some base cards, but nothing really to speak of. And I didn't have him in any of my fantasy leagues, so I was wanting to get him, so I'm glad I found out soon enough. Got a Cam Collier here. Yeah, and after today, guys, I'll fix my screen angle because it's at a really awkward. Got a Everson Perea for New York. Tom Levine for Atlanta. Goose Goslin for Washington. Then Raphael Furkel for LA on the blue. I'm sure it's going to be Dodgers because it's a blue helmet. I don't know that name, but yeah, I'm certain that would have to be Dodgers. Well, I'm going to try something here. Give a little bit of wider angle so I'll have a little bit bigger stage to work with. All right. Got a Christian Vaquero, Frank Thomas for the White Sox, Lou Boudreau, Cleveland, and that's a refractor, or Orelvis Martinez for Toronto, and Ben Joyce for the Angels. Well, I should have tested this setup out before going live because, yeah. Got Jackson Jobe, Jacob Mizorowski for the Brewers, Craig Biggio for Houston. Got Brooks Lee on the 20 to 80 scale for it just says hitting. We got a Carson Weisenhunt on the blue for San Francisco for the Giants. Got 2 more packs in this blaster. Got Pete Rose, Warming Bernabel, Joe Torre for Atlanta, Gordon Graceffo for St. Louis on the green, then Joe Carter for Toronto on the blue. What do you guys think about Votto getting signed to the Blue Jays? Well, getting an invite, I should say. Surely they'll sign him with it being Votto and his hometown is. Talking about it going away, a kind of the end of your career season he could have with the fans and everything at Toronto, being that's his hometown. That would be awesome to see. I kind of like it as long as he does get on, as long as he gets to play and does well. Jeff Bagwell, Kyle Manzardo for Tampa Bay. Got Jack Morris for Detroit. Jackson Churio on the 3-hole. And for Texas, it says Nolan Ryan on the blue. That's nice. So that's the blaster. Set these aside here, then we'll get on to the Mega. I'll set them back here. Yeah, I do too, Jacob. I like Votto. Always have. I just like his personality and like everything about the guy, really. When he's on his game, he's a beast, but whenever he's off, he's off. That's with any of them. He's just had a hard time getting back into his rhythm, it seems like. There's our empty. So we have the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I know I've been wanting to pick up however you say his name, Christian Encarnacion Strand, CES, and I was wanting to get him in this league. I got a draft for tomorrow, and it's an auction draft where it's in person and live with the salary caps. It's a lot of fun. That league is a blast. But when I heard Noelvi got hurt, then I really wanted to get Strand and find out that he's already on a team. I can't get him because our league is a keeper league because it's the same people every year, and you get to keep up to 5 players each year off your roster, but there can only be out of the draft pool for 2 years back to back. On the 3rd year, they got to go back in the draft, so you can only keep them for the season you drafted them and then 2 more. Walter Ford for Seattle, Wilmer Flores for Detroit, Goose Goslin for Washington, Drew Jones with Arizona, and you know what? I'm going to check something because that's it is. So I'm going to find right there. Ooh, and look at that one. So we got Johnny Pesky. This is going to be a good pack, guys. And then underneath him is the auto, so I'm going to set it to the side. But I've got another card under the auto too to protect it. We got a pink Ellie De La Cruz for the Reds. Jake, I think you had the Reds, didn't you? Find your name on here. Yeah, congratulations. This is a good card. That pink Ellie. Really nice. Then we got and I'm going to set it to the side. Andrew Jones on the pink for Atlanta. And then we have a Nolan Ryan for Texas on the blueprints. And we'll do that auto at the end. Yeah, but what I like about this weekly league, Steve, is you only do it once a week. I mean, you can, if you're like me, you get on it and watch it all throughout the day and stuff. But if you don't have to, you set your lineup Sunday evening and you're done. Because it's a weekly lineup lock, and you don't have to mess with it again because nobody else can change their lineup either. So you all have to play with the lineup that you set on Sunday. Then Monday, like 30 minutes before the first game is scheduled. Now if it gets rained out, it's still based off of the scheduled start time of the first game. It locks, and you can't make any change. Now you can do adds, drops, and that kind of stuff, and trades if you want to, but it doesn't make any difference until the next week lineup locks. Peyton Graham for Detroit. This league that I'm in, that's part of the reason I like it so much too, is because it's so easy and not near as much work as these ones we've been doing that are weeklies. Like, I'm getting to where the weekly stuff's almost turned me against fantasy altogether. But I've never done a weekly baseball, so I'm going to try that one. I think I'll enjoy it. Zach Geloff for Oakland, that's a good one. I'm pretty sure I'll enjoy that one. Brandon Fatt for the Diamondbacks. Carlton Fisk for Boston. Hein Groh for the Reds. Or Cincinnati. Well, I have to look at the set list on some of these. Boston, Fred Lynn. Mark Grace for the Cubbies. That'll be Ivans. JT Ginn for however you say it, for Oakland. Here's another Jacob Mizorowski for the Brewers. And then the Babe Ruth for New York on the blueprint. And on that one that I'm doing, the prize on it is just a break is all it is. So I mean, every person in the fantasy league is going to get 3 teams in the break, and it'll be a draft style break. So like whoever's in last will get the 10th pick in round 1, the 20th pick in round 2, and the 30th in 3, and then whoever's first will have You know, the first 11th, and 21st pick of 1, 2, and 3. So the draft order will be based off of your standings at the end of the season. That's how I'm using it for and it's just the cost of the break is all the league fee is. Robin Yount with Milwaukee. James Wood, that's a good one. Washington. And here's another one. I've been watching him a few times on the spring games. Man, he looks good. Sedan Raffaella. I'm sure Steve can talk about him. Andre Dawson with Montreal. Pedro Martinez for Boston. Tom Seaver for New York. And then here's a Jet Williams with New York. That's going to be Mets. Oops. Owen White for Texas. Frankie Frisch for St. Louis. Then we got David Ortiz for Boston on the 3-hole. I know Pug got a hold of me and said he wanted in it, and Ray may get in it, but I think we have about, if Ray gets in, I'll have like 3 spots left. Gavin Cross for Kansas City. Ichiro for Seattle. Grant McCray for the Giants. Brian Ramos for Chicago. Whoops. Warren Spahn for Milwaukee. We got Carlos Berga for Cleveland. I may be butchering these names. Here's a refractor, a blueprint of Ichiro. So that's a good one. It's got the refractor. Then we have Brennan Davis, supposed to be a really good prospect for the Cubbies. That'll be Ivans. Here's a Warming Bernabel for Colorado on the pink. And then a Marcelo Meyer on the fielding 20 to 80 scale, a 60. Got 2 packs left, guys. Then we'll see what that auto is. And here's no LV. And if I was PCing him, and I may start, because it'd be definitely a good time to get him cheap right now, all his cards. Because I think as long as he learns his lesson, he'll come back and do fine. It just knocks him out till like the All-Star break maybe. Jacob Berry with Miami. Connor Norby with Baltimore. Here's a Jordan Walker for the Cardinals. Eric Chavez for Oakland. Willie McCovey for San Francisco. And then here's a Kai Bush for Los Angeles in the refractor. Daniel Espino for Cleveland. Rick Farrell for Washington. And Robin Roberts, the old ball game, for Philly. And down to the last pack. I've seen him in about 2 or 3 games, and the ones I've seen him, man, he freaking cranked the ball. I mean, like, and rounded the bases in a hurry. He looked really impressive to me. If you're talking about Sedan Rafaela, which I'm glad, because I've been kind of starting up a PC of him. I've got those 2 Bowman Sterling autos that I got in that break, or in those breaks of MBB. Randy Johnson with Seattle. Catfish Hunter. Samuel Zavala for Padres. Roderick Arias for the Yankees. Harold Baines for Chicago. Jim Rice for Boston. Got Tamar Johnson for the Pirates on a refractor. Emmanuel Rodriguez for Minnesota. Kyle Manzardo for Tampa Bay. And Drew Romo for Colorado. Now, we will see what the auto is. So right now we have a Johnny Pesky for Boston. Get it where y'all can see it better. And the auto is for St. Louis. That's a pretty card. So, St. Louis. I'm sorry, Cincinnati. Same person, Jake. But Kim Collier for Cincinnati. Nice looking card. See if it's numbered. I do not see a number. But, yeah, that's a really, really nice one. And then we had that on the back side, kind of when it was face down, to protect it. But there's your auto hit. And that's a wrap, guys. It was the blaster and the mega. I've got 2 more of these to do. I'm not sure yet if I'm going to try to space them out and come back to it maybe a little bit later and do some, switch over, do something else maybe. But I'm considering that. But for now, I do have 2 more of these to run through, and but so you can know that that's going to be coming up soon. But right now, I'm done for this week. I'll start shipping stuff out, so I'll need to get stacks settled up as far as that shipping tab. And then after that, I know there's some that's already paid, so like Phil's taken care of already. I know Steve has. Joel has, I'm pretty sure. Or me and Joel was doing something on his shipping. I can't remember what we were doing because we switched it back and forth a few times. But I can't recall how that was working. I'll have to look in my notes. But anyhow, there's a few guys that have been telling me to keep theirs. That's our. Oh, I know it was the. I think it was one of the new buyers, Amber. But and if you want me to keep stacking, I will. So just tell me. Otherwise, I'll go ahead and ship. But I know Phil wants me to go ahead and send his so he can get that Soto card, that redemption. Try to start getting that taken care of. And we all need to be pulling for him and sending good energy on that deal, because I'm really wanting to see him do something good on that. But so anyhow, just let me know if you're ready to ship. I would like to get some of these shipped out, which I'm fixing to get a big bunch of them gone whenever I send his, because he's got a pretty big stack going. And Steve, I can't remember if you told me. No, you haven't told me to ship yet. Maybe you said keep stacking. Okay. Um, but anyhow, just let me know what you need or what you want me to do with them, and I'll get them coming to you, or I'll keep stacking either way. Thank you guys. I appreciate you getting in the break, and I'll see y'all next time, or on someone else's. Y'all have a good weekend. Appreciate you, Phil, and Steve, and everyone else. Jacob and Joel, Double M, all of y'all. I appreciate it. And like I said, I will do my best to have a pack, like I used to do, where I'd throw in an extra pack